Hey everybody, welcome to MTG Oracle. I'm your host Nick Muhammad. Today we're here in Plainview, Long Island for the NYSE Open. The NYSE Open is the largest unsanctioned vintage tournament in the world. Officially, Wizards only runs one sanctioned vintage event every year, so these high stakes events exist in kind of a gray area, like out of Mortal Kombat or Bloodsport. People will travel all over the world to compete for a piece of power or other fabulous prizes. Anyway, let's take a look. Vintage is Magic in its purest form. It goes all the way back to the beginning and includes all cards that are banned and restricted in other formats, except a few notable exceptions. Cards like Jeweled Bird and Demonic Attorney, which affect card ante, cards like Falling Star and Chaos Orb that require you to physically loft the card into the air, and the recently banned cards for reasons of racial insensitivity are the only things prohibited in Vintage. Many people credit the continued playability of these older cards in the Vintage format as a stabilizing element for the overall health of the secondary market. Basically what we're saying is if there was nowhere to play your older cards, they wouldn't be as valuable to the majority of players, and the economy might be more similar to something like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh!, where their top value cards never reach into more than a few $100s. Let's sit down with Nick Detweiler, the organizer for this Vintage tournament. Why don't you tell me what NYSE stands for?
NYSE is a play on the New York Stock Exchange. One of the real big old decks in Vintage was a deck called Stacks. So this was the New York Stacks Exchange. I was a Vintage tournament organizer starting in 2002, and they were all, local, small events, 20, 30 guys. And that was nice, and that lasted for a while. I left TOing for a little bit, didn't play a lot of Vintage from 05 until about 08. And when I came back in, the local scene had kind of atrophied. At that point, Neutral Ground, which was the legendary store that was so critically important to the New York community, had just closed its doors right around then. We had basically monthly events at Neutral Ground that we would attend, and that was no more. So it was, in part, an effort to try and revitalize the community and draw some of the potential younger players into the oldest format. What I really wanted to do was to try and create like one event where instead of trying to sink a lot of time monthly into building just a local community, try and have one big event where I took all the time that I had spent and try and concentrate it into something that's hopefully a meaningful experience for the players.
I've been telling everyone that this is the largest unsanctioned Vintage tournament.
This was usually the second biggest Vintage event of the year.
Including the sanctioned event?
Including the sanctioned event, which is Eternal Weekend, run by my good friend Nick Koss, who is phenomenal. This year we'll see. I know Star City had 86 players, I believe, for their SCG Con in June. We're at 90 or 91, I think it is.
I spoke to you earlier in the week, and you only had about 60 or 70 signed up, so are you happy that you pushed over 90 on this one?
This is definitely an improvement. It's definitely better than it was earlier in the week. I wish that we had more players. In years past, we were north of 150. The last one that I ran, we were over 130. But this is, given everything, all the constrictions, this is acceptable for what it is.
Do you find that this event is a trendsetter for other Vintage tournaments and stuff? Do you think that what happens here is going to have a big impact on Eternal Weekend?
I think that what happens here at the very least is going to start the conversation for what Eternal Weekend is going to look like. If the last few sets are any indicator, then we're looking at a set that potentially has a few more cards that could make their mark felt in the format. But for the time being, yes, this could at the very least let you kind of know who the players are, if not where they're going to end up in October.
Very glad that Nick was able to make some time for us today. An event that caters to nearly 100 players, including vendors, staff, fabulous prizes, and professional event coverage is no small feat. Most times, these kind of events are run by for-profit organizations like card stores and other MTG professionals. The NYSE Open is different because it's largely run by an individual and his private network of friends and contacts. He spends his personal time organizing this event outside of his full-time job and has to make up economic shortfalls in leaner years. This kind of passion is actually fairly common in the Magic community, and it explains why it's been such a force over the last 25 years.
Alright guys! For starters, welcome to NYSE Open 6. Up shortly, and our round one feature match is Rich Shea against Evan Kerr.
So, Evan, you just called up for the first feature match of the day. How do you feel?
A little nervous. I mean, a lot of nervous. It's probably my second time ever playing on camera and first time playing on camera for vintage, so it's a little,
a little daunting, huh?
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to check back in with you at the end and see how it goes.
All right, thank you.
Let's take a look at the vendor situation. Like many larger events, the NYSE has high-level vendors that buy and sell during the event. These vendors, Blackmagic Gaming and Car Titan, are particularly well known in the vintage scene and have brought out tens of thousands of dollars in power and other vintage staples. So we're here with Calvin right now at Blackmagic Gaming at the vintage tournament. Do you own the store?
I do own the store.
Were you the first NYSE?
No, not the first. I've been every one subsequent to it. Usually I end up basically supplying the prize support for top 8.
Wow, okay.
Every year since I've been involved.
So you're like an institution in this place.
Just a little bit. On the East Coast especially, but in the high-end vintage community, I'm hard to escape.
Player yourself?
I used to be when I was a more active player, but now I'm kind of behind the booth full-time anymore. We kind of have a joint venture with Hot Sauce Games, so we're on the SCG tour as well, so like most of my crew is in Philly right now.
Right.
Whereas me and Jenna are here.
I see a lot of power in your case here. Are these altars or are they proxies?
They're altars.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
By the original artist?
Yes.
So I don't see prices on these like the other ones. How much are you selling them for?
Exactly. I'm asking $20K on the set, but it's kind of like, it's a very niche thing to where if someone's asking about it and they're serious, cool, we'll sit down, but they'll understand it's going to be roughly that much anyway.
Ballpark figure, do you know how much money and cards you bring to an event like this?
Average event like this, 100, 200K.
This is the format that the famed Black Lotus and Moxon are played, and they're practically required for any competitive deck. The decks played at this tournament have a minimum cost of around $8,000 to $20,000, and that's for worn out or newer printings of the cards. An entirely tricked out old printing mint version of those decks would push costs into the low six figures.
The first one that I ran, it was Black Lotus the first, and then we gave away an Ancestral Recall, a Time Walk, 5 Moxon, a playset of workshops, a playset of bazaars, and there were about $1,200 worth of giveaways as well. And we kept that price structure up until it became untenable due to the
crazy price increases.
Right,
let's call it.
Crazy price increases.
Like everything else at this event, the first and second place trophies are of a quality you would expect from a professional tournament. This year's trophies were custom made by Crown Trophy and donated by one of the participants. Hey everybody, I'm here in the commentator's bay with Mike Lupo. He's doing coverage for the event.
Hey everybody. I've been playing Magic since 1993, 1994, so a long time. And when Nick was doing this big tournament, I played in it for a bunch of years. And then one year I decided, why don't we broadcast? It'll be a great time. I thought my personality of being able to talk for 12 hours straight would be well suited to broadcasting. And it's worked out really well every time we did it, so I'm excited to be here. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're looking forward to doing it. Andy Probasco, Brassman, is going to be my co-commentator today. I'll be doing the play-by-play. He'll be on the color side of things. He was actually my partner on this last time, and the chemistry worked out really well.
That's great.
Everything went smoothly. We had no bumps in the road. He's obviously very, very knowledgeable. So yeah, we're looking forward to a great day. We're going to try and get the viewers up, push the word out to everybody. We're going to be broadcasting on Andy's Twitch channel.
Okay. What's that? Do you know the handle offhand?
It's the
Brassman.
Brassman, I believe.
Vintage is historically the most stable format, and usually only experiences minor tweaks to the decks over the years. Normally, only the most accidentally powerful cards are able to make a splash in this format, which is dominated by Power 9 and other cards that were banned outright in other formats for breaking the game. Prior to this event, however, Wizards released Modern Horizons, which has caused some major changes to the status quo.
The format's been in a pretty strange place. The last 3 months worth of printings have really thrown the format a bit on its head. I think people are still trying to sort everything out. There's a lot going on right now, and I don't think the dust is going to settle for a few months.
Do you think the long-term changes, do you think it'll be healthy for the format, or do you think it's going to upset things in a way that isn't good?
I'm not sure. Right now, to take the easy answer, it's kind of too early to tell. We're going to see where things go today, and today may be a pretty good indicator as to what the next 2 or 3 months are going to hold. The decks that perform well over the course of the day, even if they don't top 8, we've got a good handle on what's close, what's ascendant, and what's maybe descendant.
So we're back here with Evan after the first featured match of the day. Real close match, Evan.
Yeah.
Sorry to see what happened.
I lost in 3, but it's fine. That's how Vintage goes. It was close games, and there were a few misplays on my part that I learned from and I get better with. And it's actually kind of nice to like be on camera because it's like, oh, this is real now. But I found that fun, even if terrifying.
You said this was your second time on camera, right?
Yes, the first was not even on a live feature match. It's just some guy's YouTube stream for a local game store in upstate New York.
Oh, kind of like us.
Yeah.
So I've heard that this is your first large vintage tournament. Is that correct?
Yes, this is my first vintage tournament above 50 players. The largest played in before was about 30. So this is like a debutante's ball of sorts.
So we're here with Travis. Travis and I are actually friends. We play sometimes on during the week.
We are known to each other. This is not our first Magic the Gathering.
What's your name?
Niels Tim.
Nielsen?
Niels Tim.
Niels Tim.
Yeah, from Denmark.
You're from Denmark. Wow, that's a long way to travel for a Magic tournament, huh?
Yeah, my first time here.
You and Travis are friends, right? We just spoke to him.
Yeah,
How do you guys know each other?
through I joined a Magic team and we just
Oh, wow.
talked. So
Just through
it's,
the gaming community.
yeah,
That's
actually,
amazing.
and it's the first time I meet the whole team.
We're here with Zach, and what's your last name?
I'm Zach Clark. I'm the host of the Eternal Durdles podcast.
Oh, cool. Where are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn, actually.
Brooklyn. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's not too far of a trip for you.
No, this was, jump in a car right over the bridge.
How long have you been playing Vintage? 93?
No. 15 years or so.
Wow.
Because with some breaks, of course.
So you were just a kid when you started?
Yeah, type
It
1.
wasn't called Vintage back then.
Type 1.
Type 1.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. I know that there's like a monthly F&M around here,
Yeah, that's good games. Good games.
and so you go to that one a lot.
Yeah, every month.
Besides NYSE, do you go to any of the other major Vintage events?
Yes, so I've been to Champs. I used to go to a lot more smaller events that happened.
The F&Ms and stuff.
Right, the F&Ms, things like that. I used to travel for Grand Prix, and then I sort of lost flavor for it. A lot of the people that I went with stopped going to Grand Prix, and it's kind of hard to justify going yourself to a Grand Prix
I feel
if
the
you're
same way.
not like in that caliber of player where you're like, okay, I'm a gold level pro, I'm a platinum pro, or I don't know what they do with the pros now. You know, that's so far removed from me.
What is the farthest you've ever had to travel for Magic?
This,
This is it?
yeah.
Okay.
I have also a team in Denmark, and we go on road trips.
Okay.
So we drive through Germany, go to Italy and Prague.
Are there a lot of Vintage tournaments in Europe?
Almost none.
Almost none.
Yeah, because they are really strict with the proxy, so we have we have 0 proxy tournaments.
Okay. Is your deck 0 proxies?
No, because I didn't want to travel with my power.
Obviously. Besides the NYSE, do you go to any of these other underground Vintage tournaments?
We have a crew of people that kind of run some stuff from their house, but aside from that, like just
Okay.
online occasionally.
And then Eternal Weekend?
Eternal Weekend, of course. Yeah,
a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I play a lot of online, so it's a little different getting used to the triggers and like all the interactions that go between. I think you have to think more when you play paper.
And then online, do you play any online?
No, I don't play Magic online. I will take note of the online meta, but I won't base my decisions around the online meta because at the end of the day, it does shift faster and there's a lot more of follow the leader, I guess. They'll see one deck that has a really hot streak and then everyone's on that deck, which isn't how paper Magic works.
Because you got to go out and buy the cards.
You got to go out and buy the
them, and it
cards.
takes-
Standard, where it's a very fast rotation of the meta and everything, and then also because the accessibility of the cards more often than not, you can pretty much buy any standard deck and then be able to go, okay, well, I want to play this now and spend a couple $100, and then you have another standard deck.
Right.
Like fully there to go. Where it's with Vintage, especially with a deck like Dredge, almost none of this is applicable to any other deck.
My name is Oliver. I was actually on standby for today. I was planning on playing, and then I was talking to Nick and said, hey, we have quite a few players. I'm not sure if 2 judges is reasonable to make sure that the event goes okay. We had talked about it, and I had said if we get to 90 people, it might be a good idea to have an extra judge on hand.
So, do you play other formats, or do you just stick mainly to Vintage?
I do. Mainly I play Legacy, actually. The podcast I run is actually a Legacy-based podcast. It's called Eternal Durdles. I run it with my friends Nathan Golia and Phil Bleckman. And, we basically just get together each week, do about an hour-long podcast talking about,
really cool.
what the format's like and what's going on. I mean, there's so much to talk about right now with Modern Horizons and more of the Spark sort of mixing up the format. So it's pretty great time to be talking about Legacy and Vintage too. There's so much going on with Vintage with the new cards.
I really like your altars. You got some beautiful cards here.
Yeah, I go to a tournament called Nebraska War, and they bring in the original artist.
And did Una Fricker do the altar, or a different artist?
Yeah, Una Fricker.
Una Fricker, and this one was
Colin
Colin
McNeil.
McNeil. Wow.
What I did was I sold a bunch of my cards, bought into Dredge, which is what I'm putting
I
out
was
right
just going
now.
to say this looks like Dredge to me.
This is Dredge,
Although
yes.
it's all in Japanese.
It is all non-foil Japanese. It's got nothing to do with, like me thinking that, it's better or worse than any other person's deck. I've seen people who will literally take acetone and white border, black border cards. I think that's fine. I think, Magic is a game about you doing what you want to do, so you do you.
It appeals to everybody. It right off, in the beginning when you're told it's a collectible card game, you're appealing to, both the collectors who, appreciate through personal experience and nostalgia, the memories that they formed with, their friends or family through the game. I know several people that are very much into graded cards and enjoy their high-end graded cards, in part because that's how they want to experience the game. But there are a lot of different ways to experience the game. The collectability aspect of it definitely puts some pressure on the players in this instance because of the reserve list. But again, this is unfortunately the nature of the beast. Right? Yeah.
Why do you think that Wizards only holds one sanctioned Vintage event per year? Do you have any insights onto that?
It's tough for Wizards to support for a few reasons. The reserve list is obviously a big factor. Not being able to print enough dual lands and Moxen and Lotuses and whatnot into circulation, make them easier for players to acquire, that's obviously a hindrance. So that's potentially a factor. Vintage has never really gotten quite that kind of support from Wizards, and that's not necessarily a bad thing because I enjoy what we've got. We have a very dedicated crowd of store owners, vendors, tournament organizers that have organized for the format, supported the community for a long time. And that's not to say that Wizards hasn't played their role. Wizards, in kind of promoting Eternal Weekend and helping turn it into what it is, within the confines that they're restricted to, they've done the best that they can, and I respect that.
Events like this don't really worry about security so much because we have security for the room. He's over there, it's Matt. He's normally judging this event, but he's working security today. Someone actually has to take some effort, and we normally have more crew and staffing anyway. And again, the community is mostly, I know most everyone in the room. There was another event series I helped organize called Eternal Extravaganza. We had a gentleman misplace his entire deck after round one, and he got it back. We had a player misplace a Mock Sapphire that he lost to a Dak Fade in activation. Got shuffled away, he forgot about it, got his next round, and the guy walked up and said, "Hey, you forgot this."
Last question is, where do you see the future of Vintage, and what are your plans for the next year?
Long term, I think Vintage is fun. Long term, today may not have been the attendance that I would have liked, or, maybe it wasn't the attendance that Star City had hoped for. But long term, the format remains. I have been around this format for almost 20 years now. I started TOing when I was 19, and through that period of time, through all the difficulties, we've had many, points that we could look back on and say, well, this was the nadir of the format. And that's not necessarily the way that it's always going to be. The first NYSE Open had 78 players. 3 years in, I had 152, 4, something like that. you have to reflect back on the people that are involved. You have to reflect on the tournament organizers, the vendors, the store owners, who all care about the format, and their emotional involvement in the format through the format, but also through the community, is powerful enough that long term the health of the format is going to be fine. We are not always going to be in the same place, but we're going to get to where we need to go, and thankfully I get to do it with my friends.
You have your core group of guys in the vintage community that are always here, kind of the stalwarts of everything. The cards have changed, the decks have changed, as Magic has, but the nice thing about vintage is that it is very consistent. Myself and easily half the people here have probably been to all the tournaments.
And now, you made an announcement recently on the group that next year you won't be holding the tournament.
This event's a lot of work, and I am very lucky that I have the friends that I have who have helped lighten that load to the degree that they have, helped make this event possible. There are many people to whom I am indebted for taking on the onus of responsibility that they did with little things that do add up to quite a lot that make this event possible. But as I move forward with my career, it becomes just a little bit more difficult to dedicate this kind of time to an event.
Sure.
So I'll be around. I'll be, maybe working behind the scenes. There may be some future iteration of this event that's, run by a different tournament organizer, or run by one of my good friends out there. But for me, this is probably my last hurrah.
I hope you all liked our look into the close-knit world of underground magic. I'm happy to announce that in light of the global pandemic, Nick has found a way to hold a version of the NYSE Open digitally on Magic Online. Take a look at the description for a link to information for the upcoming tournament, as well as some of the people that we spoke to today.
This event only happens because I've had the help from all the people that I've had the help from, and I appreciate all of it. Finally, I want to thank every single one of you for coming out here today. The state of the format isn't what we'd like, but there's still 88 players in this room right now, and I really appreciate the support that you've all shown for both the format and my event. So, with no further ado, thank you.